Hi, everybody. Welcome to City Beat. I am your host, Nancy Byrne, and we are coming to you from the Las Vegas City Council chambers. If you live, work, or play downtown, you may have noticed recently that Las Vegas Boulevard between Sahara and Stewart is nothing but orange cones, construction equipment, construction workers who, by the way, don't let a little heat stop them from getting the job done. If you haven't noticed it yet, well, you've got plenty of time to go over there and check it out for yourself, because that's going to be the scene for the next 3 to 4 years. But when it's all done, it'll be worth it, really. You really need to get a bird's eye view of Las Vegas Boulevard from Sahara to Stewart to fully appreciate the magnitude of this project. All $200 million worth of it, or close to it. But according to Mike Jansen, Director of Public Works for the City of Las Vegas, it had to be done to get this important stretch of roadway up to date.
Arguably, Las Vegas Boulevard is our most important road in the city. It's where 20 million plus tourists every year come downtown, and many of them start right where we're standing, right in front of the Stratosphere Hotel.
Jansen says this project has been in the works for several years, and there are 3 main reasons it needed to be done. Starting with updating old infrastructure.
Water District came to us and said, Mike, this is one of the oldest water lines in the city. Can you replace it for us? They're paying us close to $10 million to replace this water line from the 1950s. Other things like the sanitary sewer line from the 1940s, the traffic signals, many of them are from the 1960s. So a lot of infrastructure that's well beyond its useful life. We're replacing them all with this project.
The second necessity was making the area safer for pedestrians and motorists with newer, better lighting, and sidewalks widened in some areas to 15 feet.
Also incorporating some wonderful beautification improvements, pedestrian safety improvements, upgraded lighting, and of course, improvements to make traffic flow better.
One major safety step will include a uniquely designed pedestrian bridge at Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard.
It's an intersection where sadly we've had a number of crashes, many of them involving pedestrians. So the long-planned project known as the Sahara Las Vegas Boulevard Pedestrian Bridge is another part of our construction operation. That one's going to start in about 2.5 years, and it's going to put in a pedestrian bridge in that intersection to raise the potential for traffic to be able to get through that intersection without coming into any contact with the thousands of pedestrians that use that intersection daily. It's going to be a circular bridge, as opposed to the bridges that are up and down the Strip and Las Vegas Boulevard now are more traditional. The one we're planning for that intersection is going to be very unique.
And the third reason for this project, well, it's attracting people to the amazing downtown part of our city by going big.
We're putting up a new gateway feature right in front of the Stratosphere here, known as the Downtown Gateway Arch. It's going to be 75 feet tall. It's going to have hundreds of LED lights, have some great architecture tied to it, and it's just going to be that welcoming gateway for all those tourists that are coming into downtown.
Here's how the nearly $200 million is broken down, and no, it is not all from the city's coffers.
This project right here is about $110 million. Much of that is coming from supplemental funds from the Water District related to our sewer fund, some from the RTC. A whole host of different funding is doing this first phase, $110 million. We have the Arch, which is a $6 million improvement. We have Las Vegas Boulevard North, which is about $50 million. And then the balance, about $42 million, is the pedestrian bridge at Las Vegas Boulevard Sahara. So all told, a total investment near $200 million over the next 3 to 4 years.
So the next time your plans take you north of the Strip and you run into what looks like a bumper crop of orange cones, dust, and hardworking men and women in yellow, remember, when it's completed, jobs were created. This part of Las Vegas will be safer and prettier, and we'll have water lines, sewer lines, and traffic lights built in this century. Mike Jansen says there were a lot of meetings with local residents and businesses to try to minimize inconvenience. Now, while this segment between Sahara and Stewart gets done, they're going to move north to Stewart all the way up to Washington. Well, as our state reopens, so do our city summer camps. Sue Levitt shows us some exciting changes in this segment of Discover the Fun.
Hi everyone, I'm Sue Levitt. Thanks for joining us for Discover the Fun. Well, today we are at the Marabelli Community Center to show you what our new Vegas Strong Academy is all about. Kids are back with their friends here at Mirabelli, and they couldn't be happier.
And when I heard that camp was open, I was really excited because I was tired of being bored in the house. So really, I like everything. It's really fun. We get to do activities, play in the gymnastics room, play games, make slimes and stuff.
The Vegas Strong Summer Academy has replaced the city's traditional summer camps. After COVID-19 forced our camps, schools, and most of our state to shut down, the city came up with some new ideas to help make up for the lost time.
YDSI comes in and does fun STEM and STEAM activities with the kids since they did miss out on so much school, just to bring back that educational component and get them ready for the school year in the fall.
The educational component consists of a lot of hands-on experiments for the kids, so learning mixed with a lot of fun.
It's really fun. We do a lot of science in this camp because it's Science Week. The explosion, it was really fun to do that.
And when Chloe wakes up, knowing she's heading to Mirabelli to be with her friends,
I'm excited. I'm like, it's another day at camp. Woohoo!
I think they're having a ball. I think they're definitely having fun, just being able to be amongst their peers, just be amongst other people, and just being able to, have fun and enjoy in a time where it's just so confusing, especially for them at their age.
There's no sitting around at the academy. The days are filled with activities from the time the kids arrive.
Well, I always like playing with my friends every year. I've been here for 2 years now, and this week was really fun. We got to make slime and do soda rockets, and we did elephant toothpaste today, and we made kinetic sand, and we made invisible ink and all these other projects.
All in one day?
Not all in one day, but during this week, it was all fun.
Allison Galizia has been coming to Mirabelli for about 10 years. The last 3 summers as a camp counselor, and prior to that, she was a camper herself here at Mirabelli. She works with the younger 3 to 5-year-olds enrolled in the academy.
These are the people that made me who I am, so, I kind of always, those were always my role models, so of course I wanted to be like them. It's a great way for the kids, because they've been cooped up for so long, it's a great way for them to come out, meet new kids, and then also, get a little bit of education, a little bit of fun, so I think there's a lot of great aspects to it.
And one of these great aspects you'll see right as you walk through the door.
The city's core values are kind, committed, and smart. So this year, we are building a bridge of kindness. You see on there all the different attributes. So we're working on self-awareness. This week, the kids are learning all about gratitude and fairness. The links that you see, some people call them links, some people call them bricks, but each color represents a different week. And the kids actually write down what each of those attributes mean to them, or if they catch one of their friends doing something that demonstrates gratitude or generosity, responsibility. And at the end of the summer, we've got a beautiful collection of everything they've learned throughout the summer.
The city is taking all of the proper precautions set out by the governor's office to keep your kids safe while attending the academy. And the good news, there's still room to sign up if you're looking for a fun way for your kids to spend the summer. If you would like to know more about our Vegas Strong Academy or any of the other classes and activities offered through the city, you can head over to our website or call 229-PLAY. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for more Discover the Fun.
Now, Sue Levitt visited the camp at Mirabelli, but there are 4 others at Doolittle, East Las Vegas, Stupac, and Veterans. You can go to our website for more information. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it's that time of year again where some people revel in illegal fireworks while other people find them downright annoying. We'll show you what the city of Las Vegas is doing to try to please everybody.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Welcome back to City Beat from Las Vegas City Council chambers. Do you remember last year the You Light It, We Write It campaign around the 4th of July? Well, it's back again this year. Several agencies from across our community go out and patrol the neighborhoods, and if they catch people using illegal fireworks, well, they face a fine between $250 to $1,000 as well as disposal fees. We went out with a team last year and decided to show you what you can expect once again this year.
5 George K. 5 George K. 496 Broadway between Broome and Spain. 10-4. 1 Scooter Circle. Broaden Wall Scooter, Broaden Wall.
Historically, 4th of July is one of the busiest nights for our fire crews. There's a lot of fires, a lot of injuries happen on that, and not to mention the issues with pets, the issues with veterans. It's just a from what it was intended to be with the 4th of July celebrating the country, it's turned into a time for people to do silly things and start needless fires and injury concerns.
In 2018, the City of Las Vegas, local fire departments, and Las Vegas Metro Police set up a website, ispyfireworks.com, to kickstart a unified effort to fight the use of illegal fireworks. Residents were asked to report the use of these dangerous fireworks in their neighborhoods.
It was geo-mapping to locate hotspots for future enforcement like this year. This year we will use last year's information to concentrate our enforcement. This year's I Spy information will go towards next year's.
Last year on this website, we had over 20,000 hits. Do the best you can to get as many people as you can, confiscate as many fireworks. They will take care of all the fireworks for you. Under no circumstances are you guys to leave them by themselves dealing with rowdy drunk guys with bombs. All right?
It's doing what our constituents want us to do when the people that pay us want us to do. So thank you for coming out and be safe.
I make a motion to approve this item.
Thank you. There's a motion to approve agenda item 67.
The ordinance that we're proposing converts, or at least allows us to convert the penalties that are involved in illegal fireworks use and handling and storage from a criminal misdemeanor to a civil penalty. It makes it easier for the courts. It doesn't tie up the court system, and it makes it easier for us during the enforcement nights to go ahead and issue the citation and then move on quickly.
What we'll do is you guys will clear us. You'll give us the signal. We'll come in. We'll identify the stuff. The box truck will come in. We'll go to the next one with them.
Armed with citation books and the I Spy Fireworks geomap from 2018, 6 teams headed out to the notoriously troubled areas.
It's the psychology behind all of this stuff. You should notice they only have one in the street. We can't prove that they actually did it. It could have been them and ran in the house. Yeah. But as it gets darker, more houses, more people are going to come out. They're going to start shooting them off. It's a lot easier to target because it's a lot harder to hide the fireworks, because at that time they start to bring them out, because then they're going to start shooting them off in succession. So that's basically what we want to catch them doing. It makes it easier for us to bag and tag, basically.
Are you guys going to lead in? Yeah. Or should I follow him?
The other car, we're both going to go over to those ones first and see if we can find them.
Okay, we're right behind you, so we could go get these guys right here. We got mortars. Shots.
Just by reading the label, you'll be able to tell it'll say shot versus shower, fountain, spark. Anything that says shoots or shots is illegal. We're shooting in the air.
What are we looking at right there?
Looks like mortar shells, reloaders.
Only the stuff you buy here in Las Vegas, not in Pahrump, not at the Indian Reservation. All right. If it goes up in the air and explodes, it's illegal. If it explodes on the ground, it's illegal.
It says emits shower sparks. That's safe. That's okay.
Now, most people who light off these illegal fireworks really don't mean any harm. They just don't understand the dangers. There have already been 2 major fires in our community due to people carelessly handling illegal fireworks. Not to mention the constant and loud noise causes stress to people with PTSD, some senior citizens, children, and especially our pets. Here's how you can help. If you see someone shooting off illegal fireworks, you can go to ispyfireworks.com instead of calling 911 or 311. About 17,000 complaints were filed last year on that website, and you can be sure that where most of those complaints were concentrated, that's where you can expect to see most patrols July 3rd and 4th. If you want to shoot off fireworks, buy local, safe, and sane. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to take you to a ceremony held right here in council chambers that was basically passing the torch.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
The thing about garbage, you can throw it where you want. Storm drain, sidewalk, anywhere, as long as you don't get caught. If you throw a soda can, you never know where it might land. So throw your kids into the street, it's gonna end up in Lake Mead. Cigarette butts and plastic bags, gonna be hard to take a bath. Garbage. So throw your trash into the street, it's gonna end up in Lake Mead. That's groovy, yeah, that's groovy. What goes around comes around, karma's coming to your town. Bad karma, yeah, bad karma.
Welcome back to City Beat from Las Vegas City Council chambers. After 28 years, Brad Jerbick has retired as our city attorney. Well, another veteran attorney is going to take over that top legal office. And Brad himself, along with the unanimous city council, say Brian Scott is the perfect selection. It looked like there was a celebrity in the house outside Las Vegas City Council chambers June 17th. Maybe not a celebrity, but certainly someone worth celebrating. Just moments before this photo op with Brian Scott, he had officially been voted in as the city attorney for the city of Las Vegas. Citing his 29 years as an attorney, 24 of those years with the city of Las Vegas, and the time spent as the senior assistant city attorney, Mayor Carolyn Goodman said his work, often done outside the spotlight, and his work ethic, seen by all the time, makes him the perfect attorney to take over for retiring Brad Jerbick.
So I just, in speaking for everybody in the city that has no idea what you've been doing, really the gratitude is so enormous, the pride of what you've done for this city.
Jerbick, who filled the top attorney role for 28 years for the city, took time during his final presentation before the council to say Brian Scott is the perfect person to carry on.
And first of all, I want to congratulate Brian Scott. I really can't think of a better person to become your city attorney. He has been with the city for 24 years. He served as our assistant city attorney for 20 years. Brian has always been there in the clutch between night meetings, day meetings, anything Brian can do, he's always volunteered to do it. And I really congratulate you on such an excellent choice. I really cannot think of a better person.
Shortly after that statement, it was made official.
The motion carries. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We managed to coax him away from friends and family photos long enough to ask him how he feels about his new position. He explained he is not the first attorney for the city, but he is the first in one respect.
You know, it really means a lot. It's overwhelming to me, first of all, to have the council's unanimous consideration and their vote to be ratified as the city attorney, but it's also to be the first African-American city attorney in the 23 city attorneys in the city's 119-year history. That's tremendous. And when the city clerk gave me that information, I was very surprised to see that I was the 23rd and the first.
He went on to tell us this is not the first of his firsts.
I've been the first African-American president of the State Bar of Nevada in 2016-17, the first African-American president of the Clark County Bar Association in 2005, first African-American president of the Clark County Law Foundation in 2006, and then president of the National Bar Association Las Vegas chapter in 1996 through 99. So I've been really doing a lot of community service work, and I really want to thank Mr. Jerbick for allowing me during the times that I've been here to continue my community service work. So that's been a really tremendous help to me.
As he told us and told the city council, he may have more than 2 decades in with the city already, but he isn't planning to go anywhere anytime soon.
As I have done for the past 24 years, I promise this council and my city that I will continue to do my very best to guide the city and you lawfully with integrity, and will always do what's in the best interest of the city of Las Vegas. Again, I thank you for this tremendous honor.
Wow. A little more history on Brian Scott. He's lived in Las Vegas since he was 3 years old. He's been an attorney for 29 years, most of those years here in the city of Las Vegas. He graduated from UNLV and got his law degree from Lewis and Clark Law School in Portland, Oregon. Congratulations to Brian Scott, and we bid a very fond farewell to Brad Jerbick. Well, let's stay on the topic of promotions. You know, it's not unusual for the Department of Public Safety to promote from within, but what is unusual are the times we're living in right now. So when DPS Chief Michelle Freeman wanted to do a pinning ceremony for her new deputy chief, well, she had to get creative to include family and friends.
Hello!
Lieutenant Robert Straube thought he was meeting Chief Michelle Freeman for coffee, but when he walked into this conference room, he was met by cheers from coworkers in the room and a giant screen with family members cheering him on from afar. It's our new world of celebrating together while apart through technology. Chief Freeman was about to replace Strauby's lieutenant badge with a badge worn by a deputy chief. And she wanted to make sure, even though his relatives couldn't be there, they were still part of the ceremony. And to be sure, they were able to hear why he was chosen for this promotion.
What he's given to our organization has been something much bigger than just DPS and just corrections. When I think about DC Strauby, I think about your work ethic, your kindness, your commitment, and your smarts, which are our city values, kind, committed, and smart. And I think that you exemplify those.
And in true Chief Freeman good-natured humor, she knew to actually be able to pin the badge, she'd need a little help.
Watch this. Am I taller or are we the same height? Is he still taller than me? That's crazy, right?
It may not have been a perfect ceremony, but it was perfectly fine with this new deputy chief. We spoke with him afterwards.
It's a lot of hard work, you know. There's a lot of people that have mentored me to be able to reach this position, and you know, dedication to excellence. That's what we talk about a lot, and I would say that you know, being humble and dedication to excellence is definitely what's helped me reach this position.
He started as a corrections officer in 2002, and according to Chief Freeman, he never stopped wanting to learn and grow and couldn't be discouraged.
He's been dedicated. He's been someone that wants to continue to learn. He always took it upon himself. He didn't wait for somebody to have him hold his hand. He didn't wait for people to ask. He was always looking and seeking out opportunities. When he didn't maybe get an opportunity that he strived for, that didn't even set him back even for a second. He continued to move on. He took that as a learning experience, and he moved forward, and he tried even harder for the next opportunity that came along.
As now deputy chief, he remains loyal to all the branches he served within the department.
You know, I've always had a great opportunity to make, you know, positive changes and positive difference. So I look forward to be able to continue to do that at a different level and continue to work with our staff and kind of like I just talked about before, be able to make, you know, changes throughout the detention center, you know, to help our clientele that we have.
When asked to describe Deputy Chief Strauby in just a few words:
kind, committed, and smart. City values.
Well, as we mentioned, now Deputy Chief Strauby started with what was detention and enforcement, now DPS, in 2002 as a corrections officer. Then he joined internal affairs, became a sergeant, and then a lieutenant before being named and pinned deputy chief. Congratulations to him and everyone in DPS. Well, that does it for this City Beat. We want to thank you for joining us, and we're going to close with one of our photo essays of all of the fun being had at splash pads and pools in our city parks. We'll see you the next time.